Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I want to review for you guys a movie I just saw in theaters called Shazam. Be sure to click subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload great new content. If you enjoy the video, be sure to show it some love and give it a like rating. So I went into this one hopeful, but not really optimistic, I guess would be a good word to say it. Just with the run of DC movies, I just don't want to get my hopes up too high. So this one is rated PG-13. It has a 2 hour and 12-minute runtime, and it's an action adventure comedy. It's directed by David F. Sandberg and stars Zachary, Levi, Djimon Hounsou, and Mark Strong. So in this movie, we see this wizard trying to find someone who is pure of heart to take his place, because there was this whole group of, I think it was like 7 of them, and all the rest have died, and he's like the last one, and he's keeping the 7 deadly sins at bay, but he's getting old and he needs to find somebody to replace him, but nobody he finds is pure of heart. And what they do is they bring him into this hall temple thing, and they're tempted by the 7 deadly sins, and if they can't resist them, then they're not worthy. And so basically he becomes so weak that the sins escape, and it kind of seems like maybe at that point he's desperate, and he finds this kid whose mom abandoned him, and he's been like going from foster home to foster home trying to find his mom, because he for some reason believes she didn't abandon him. I mean, it was pretty obvious. I think they tried to kind of have a reveal moment in the movie, but it was obvious that she had abandoned him. And but he's also kind of a good kid, and so the wizard ends up transferring his powers to him. Now, since the 7 deadly sins escaped, there was no real test, so it's hard to say whether or not he would have passed the test, but he didn't actually have to do it. So then he finds out that whenever he says Shazam, he'll either turn into the Shazam hero or into himself. There's a lot of time emphasized in this movie on testing what his possible abilities could be, because once the power is transferred to him, the wizard dies, so he doesn't know anything. He has to try to figure it out himself. And there's a lot of comedy involved with this, like, do you have laser eyes? And he's like, well, how would I know? What do I do? And he's like, how do you activate your laser eyes if you have them? And there's also this thing about him finding this family. He ends up getting put in a group home, and kind of a whole thing there. And I have to say, this is probably the best DC movie I've seen in a while. I can't say for sure if I like the story better than Aquaman or not. They're both great movies. This one was a lot of fun, though. It was hilarious. Just jokes throughout. Good, funny jokes. Just everything about this movie is great. It was a great story, a fun story. There were minor things that I felt like didn't really make a whole lot of sense, and I was kind of confused about. I felt like the villain in this was like one of the best villains I've seen in any of these comic book movie adaptations, with this 7 deadly sins thing going on, and the battle seemed like it lasted forever, and it was fun and exciting. And this movie just stayed good from the beginning to the end. I thought it was a lot of fun, guys. So I think for a score on this one, guys, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. Check out videos. Check out my website, BOBSMOVIEREVIEW.com, and I'll see you guys next time.